Quincy in the building. We have the foundation deck being presented for the love who loves you. I'm so excited about these press-ons. I'm gonna do a whole video review on it. Right? It's my first time trying press-ons. I did it for an event I was emceeing yesterday, and I broke this one earlier by accident. And because I don't know how to remove it, I decided to glue it back on for the video. My. I'm telling you. I might. Shh. Yes, you did do that during the video. But I also need you to be quiet because I'm starting the video now, okay? I already started. So, it's my fault because it doesn't even sound like I started, right? I'm just over here talking. Wagwan, everybody. This is Lisa Leggz. Welcome to the Daily Love Message. This is the love message for a Sunday. We have the cat talking now. Everybody want to talk. You know what? I forgot the exact title of the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my Twitter real quick because I tweeted it right before going live. I know it's something about facilitating loving flow or smooth flow or something like that. So let me just go ahead and look it up real quick. It was definitely, as usual. You still making noise now. Don't say sorry, then still do it. That's a message for grown-ups too, that love to apologize and keep repeating the same action. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sit down, be still, and don't touch anything until I'm finished. Because everything makes a noise, and my phone is on the floor, so that means it's gonna make it extra loud. What me just say? Thank you. You don't respond to English. We need to go into the Jamaican mode. Feel respond to me. This girl. Anyways, so I'm on my Twitter and it says love message for a Sunday of loving expressions for facilitating loving flow. I just realized a part of it got cut off, but it's all good. I remember the rest. So yes, let's see what affirmation is gonna pop out right now. This is the foundation deck created using the season 1 affirmations of the morning show. A legacy that is a gift that keeps on giving. You know, we do have plans for the future of the morning show, and I'm very excited to reveal that very soon, because I'm just gonna say one thing. It's for the babies, okay? Because the star of the show was being breastfed every day on the morning show, so I guess I was creating it for her this whole time. Anyways, we have been mind. Shh. That is the sound of Chi Chi cutting gift wrapping paper. You know, I could have chose any room to go set up in to do the love message. And for some reason, I came and set up in the panda room. Why did I do that? In this young lady come create Santa's workshop and me don't celebrate Christmas. Me know that the jolly good fellow are breaking and entering. But you know what? The babies of Overtown deserve a treat, and we're looking for any excuse to treat them. so we're the North Pole, right? So the babies have a treat coming for them. If you want to sponsor the maximization of this treat, just go to artofhealingcc.com. Let's see what affirmation is gonna jump out now for a Sunday love message. Wow, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, taking it. We're taking it. I'll show you got a good because let me tell you, I'm using a toy for a tripod, y'all. Look, see, I just fixed my nails. So funny. Big up Kiss Cosmetics Gel Fantasy. Yeah. Yes, I am too sensitive for the gel polish apparently. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm too sensitive for it. And there's feathers everywhere because this December exhibit is the rise of the phoenix. Actually, the incubator experience is the rise of the phoenix. The exhibit is actually a The exhibit is actually a smile for the future downstairs in the art museum and divinely feminine in the incubator. However, the fullness thereof of the experience is the rise of the phoenix. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Synchronicity. Wow. All right, here we go. So we have Synchronicity 3.6, learn all the lessons. Inner Child 4.4, repetition solidifies the lesson. Synchronicity 3.3, align with clarity. Inner Child 3.3, I am vocal. Reveal and heal 1.4, relax, relate, release. And Inner Child 3.2, I am attentive to my needs. Wow. This is definitely the affirmations that would inspire us to deliver Sunday full of loving expressions, facilitating loving flow, right? Because the first thing we do before we facilitate loving flow is we practice some mindfulness, right? Being mindful 4.1, I check the effect. And since we discuss each topic in 4 rounds, this indicating round 4, day 1 of round 4, 4.1, it means that it's graduation vibes, right? We're on the brink of a level up, right? Because it's the first step of the final round. I checked, I check the effect for being mindful, right? So we want to deliver loving messages. We want to facilitate. Danisa, I can't even focus on what I'm saying because you're talking while I'm talking. So we check the effect, right? Because we're facilitating loving flow. A love message for a Sunday of facilitating loving flow. Sunday, the first day of the week, they say. Synchronicity 3.6, learn all the lessons, right? Because the one thing we do love to do is learn all the lessons. And Inner Child 4.4 tells us why, because repetition solidifies the lessons. A lot of times we experience the same thing over and over again in life because we're not learning the lessons being afforded for us. And even while learning the lessons being afforded for us, repetition solidifies the lesson. That's why this is an inner child affirmation and not a reveal and heal affirmation. Because that inner child within us, just like a child, they might learn how to do it the first time, but by the time they try again, they forgot. Why? Because repetition solidifies the lesson. It solidifies, it makes it solid. Not a gone with the wind concept, but something that muscle memory can draw for in 5 decades or more. Which brings us to Synchronicity 3.3, align with clarity, right? When we choose clarity, we facilitate a smoother flow, a more loving flow, because a lack of clarity extra variables creates detours and hurdles and rocky speed bumps. This is why I keep telling you to practice being quiet. Because you keep forgetting that it's quiet time. You don't know how to be quiet? We need to work on that some more. We're going to figure out some new ways for you to learn how to be quiet. Inner Child 3.3, I am vocal. Exhibit A. You can't make this stuff up. It's happening right now. And you know what? That child will cry when they need a new diaper. They'll cry when they're hungry. They cry when they need to be burped. They cry when they need to be hugged. They cry when they're sleepy. They cry when they're cranky. Inner Child 3.333, a master number. I am vocal. Speak up. To facilitate more loving flow. Because you don't know till you know. And like the child that will cry, we need to cry out and ask why. And ask questions sometimes. So we can align with clarity. Wow, synchronicity 3.3 right there. Align with clarity. Right on the repetition solidifies the lesson. Inner Child 4.4. We have the 33 twice and the 44. Coming in with Reveal and Heal 1.4. Relax, relate, release. Because once we're vocal, we give ourselves full room and maximize our potential to relax into what we feel, because we're vocalizing ourselves now, so the tension get released, right? So now we have room to relate and release truly. Especially when we gain clarity. Because once you know what you need to know, it gives you logic, and sometimes emotions need logic in order to shift and transmute. That's what emotional intelligence is about. Inner Child 3.2, I am attentive to my needs. My needs. Like I need my child to be quiet. You heard that thing? Yep, confirmation. Yeah, we definitely gonna come up with some new quiet activities. Right? Because repetition solidifies the lesson. So unless she practices being quiet over and over and over and over again, how will she be able to actually be quiet when she really needs to be quiet? It's a synchronicity for me as we align with clarity. Right? Keeping in mind that the reason that we repeat the same experience over and over again, the same mistake, the same challenge being faced, is so we can learn all the lessons. Because, see, recently I've been repeating the same challenge, and each time I dedicate to pondering perspectives projected, aka I look at myself to see how what I'm doing and saying is being received. Right? Because that is really me being mindful and checking the effect that I have on my environment and the people involved. So I can learn all the lessons. It's the sound of you cutting the wrapping paper for me. Because sometimes we have to cut out the foolishness. When we check the effect what we're doing is having on others. See, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. When you don't do your shadow work and you don't have clarity and you don't check the effect what you're doing and saying is having on the people that you care for. That's why we practice being mindful to facilitate more loving flow. That's why we appreciate Synchronicity 3.6 and reliving the same moment over and over again. This is happening again. Why? So it's affording us the opportunity to learn all the lessons. Why? Because repetition solidifies the lesson like a child. So we're soft with ourselves and gentle with ourselves like a child. While we align with clarity, taking advantage of the synchronicity, because we are masters, aren't we? especially when we practice vocalizing ourselves so we can relax, relate, and release. Always being attentive to our needs. Wow, this has been going for 15 minutes and I could say more and I could go on and the fool will never be told. I'm broadcasting live from Art to Healing, live from the Panda Room, the Rise of the Phoenix Experience, with a Smile for the Future exhibit downstairs in the Art Museum, and the Divinely Feminine exhibit upstairs in the incubator. We're experiencing climate justice at the same time and learning to appreciate each drop of water even more. So come on down to Art of Healing and see what we have in store. Because we're anchoring love and so much more. Gratitude.